Welcome to Summer NAMM, and it's great to be back out on the road spreading the Yamaha love after being cooped up for so long. So, I'm Jim. I'm a product specialist for Yamaha, have been for 18.5 years. This is our new offering in electronic drums. This is the flagship configuration of the DTX6 series. There are 3 configurations, the DTX6K, the 6K2, and this is the DTX6K3. It features our closed silicone pads all the way around, 3 zone cymbals, the freestanding RHH 135 hi-hat stand. It does come with a hi-hat stand, so you don't have to buy anything else to go with it. It features our new KP90 bass drum trigger. It feels amazing. It's got extra padding back behind the rubber, so it doesn't absorb the energy from your head, but it also doesn't send any shock up to your shin. So it actually feels like I'm playing an acoustic bass drum.
That's cool.
So it's very cool. The snare drum is a 3-zone pad, so you get the head, you get a rim shot, and a cross stick for ballads and stuff. So there's no extra programming involved in getting that. Now, the thing, of course, driving the whole thing is the DTX6 Pro mod, the DTX Pro mod. This is brand new from the ground up. All new sound engine with all new samples. What we did is we went into the top recording studios in Europe, did all the sampling sessions, and we also recorded the room. So there's a kit modifier on here that we brought over from the EAD10 that's been so popular. So I can add how much or how little of the room you get. I can use my compression on the fly, so I can change the whole sound of the kit with a twist of a knob, and then whatever global effect is on the kit, I can do how much or how little of that effect on it.
That's so cool.
It's amazing. There's a little over 400 sounds in here, so what we did is we reduced the number of sounds, but they're all multi-layered stereo samples, so they're these big, huge, fat drum samples. They sound amazing. I can stack up to 4 sounds per pad per zone, so I can have 12 sounds assigned to a single pad if I so choose. When it comes to effects, I can have a global effect on the entire kit, or I can have up to 2 effects on each individual pad. So I can have a phaser on one, a digital delay on one, whatever I want to do, and create custom kits for special occasions. If I want to do a pop song or something where that stuff is going to come in, I want to trigger those effects. Or if I want to do a DJ kit, do the drummer DJ thing, where I've got an auxiliary in, so I can bring a sound source in through there. I can pump some tracks through there, DJ over the top, you know. So there's a ton of things you can do with that those parts of the kit. One of my favorite parts of this are the training functions. I would say the majority of people are still buying electronic drums for home practice and home recording. You know, as during the pandemic, lots of people bought recording software and started recording at home. So with this, I can send MIDI out straight into my DAW. I can send audio, or I can send MIDI. So if I'm sending MIDI, now you can drop in whatever sounds, whatever sound libraries you're using, or I can send the audio, which is exactly what you're coming out of the kit. Now for training functions, there's 10 different functions that focus on aspects of your drumming that you need to master to get hired to play for people. Keeping time is the main one. So there's several functions. There's one called a measure break. You can set how many bars it'll click for. The click will go away, and then it'll come back in again. So like you say, set it 3 bars a click, play 3 bars at a time. It goes away, you play your fill, you come back in on one or someplace else out of space. You need to work on that aspect of your play. My favorite though is the one that I call, it's the throw you under the bus. What it does, it's called rhythm game. And what it does, it tracks every hit on every pad. And you set the margin of error. And any hit that's not in time will mute it. So if I'm playing a groove, and 2 and 4 drops out every now and then, maybe it's rushing or dragging my left hand. So instead of trying to land on that click where you're all stiff and playing like a robot, you just relax, adjust your playing just a little until everything is triggering, and then you keep going. And okay, if my hi-hat drops out occasionally, the spacing between my eighth notes isn't even. Okay, and I got to work on that. So once you've done that, and now everything is triggering, you're playing in time, but you're playing with much better feel. You're playing with a human feel. And you're developing your internal clock, so on those gigs where you don't have a click, you've got better sense of time anyway. And if you're playing a wedding gig or something, and the keyboard player kicks out a sequence or something, now you're not like standing out in the middle of a cornfield. You can actually play because you've got a pretty decent sense of time. You can fall in and do that. So they're great if you've got like a store with a lesson program. Having a student spend 5 minutes, like with a rhythm gate, see how long they can play and keep your time. It's a great way to help develop your students, technique. Just put a rhythm gate on, play your eighth notes. If some of them drop out, just spacing on your eighth notes is not. So it's an excellent learning tool. And one of the other things that's really cool about this is people love to record themselves, shoot videos, put them on YouTube, or
where we are now.
Exactly, or send a video to grandma. Happy birthday, grandma! I'm glad you're still alive. Here's me playing. So this is compatible with our record share app that we developed for our EAD10.
Okay.
And the way the app works is it's a free download for iOS or Android. So you kick on the app, you connect your device to the host floor back here, and now what you do, you can import any song from the iTunes library into the app. It'll tempo map it and give you a click, and now you can also speed it up or slow it down without changing the pitch. You can loop a small section, so if there's a weird transition, you can just work on that over and over. Then once you have it down and you want to record, push start record. It activates the camera, it shoots video, records audio simultaneously, and syncs it, so there's no software that you have to mess with after. Once you get done and you've recorded your video, there's 2 sliders to determine how much of the backing track, how much of your drums, and save it. When you're hooked up to Wi-Fi, you can send it straight to your YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, you can text it, you can email it. And it's saved on your device, so you can move it onto your computer, put it on a thumb drive. So it's an excellent way of, like I said, sharing content with other people. You can simply, if you want to collaborate with someone on the other side of the country, have them send you tracks, put them in your iTunes. You record 6 different versions at different tempos with different grooves, and send it back and say, which one do you like? We're showing the stage. So, as a composition tool, it's excellent.
This is one thing that I love about Yamaha so much is you're not just buying instruments, you're buying connection. You are buying soul. And honestly, the stuff that you guys are developing, I mean, these tools are amazing.
It's awesome. And then the one last thing that I'll go ahead and touch on here is recording function in the module itself. I can record directly in the module for 90 seconds. I like to say it's like a scratch pad. So I can record like a groove that I've been working on, listen to it right back real time. And, I'll throw in some ghost notes. So I can do that. You know what? Maybe if I play it a little slower, be a little breezier, you can do that. Once you kind of get that idea worked out, I can put a USB thumb drive in the back and record 90 minutes onto the thumb drive, and then come back and play another 90 minutes. So the other thing I can do is I can put a drumless track onto that thumb drive, sweep it over on my computer, plug it in here. Now I can learn how to nail a drum track in one take. I can learn how to be Steve Gadd or Dave Weber, because you can't edit it once you've gone on there. So start the song and you play your drum track on and you listen to it back. Record your playing and you can critique your playing. So there's so many ways you can use it. A lot of guys my age, you have to kind of drag them kicking and screaming in the electronic age, And I was one of them, to be honest. My love for electronics started when I was working music retail. People started buying electronic drums. I'm like, I should be getting their money, not somebody else. So I started learning electronics. Then once I started, it's like, this is a lot of fun. And it's like my stick bag, I've got brushes, I've got sticks, I've got mallets, I've got other food noise making devices in there. Electronic drums is another one of those tools you carry. So the other thing that's really super cool about Yamaha electronic drums is our pads use the same mounting system of our acoustic drums. So let's say I got a 5-piece stage, got some birds, and I just want to add some electronics. I pull my 12-inch tom off, I slip one of our pads on there. Let's say I put a 3-zone pad on there. And I take my module, since we use quarter-inch inputs and everything, I don't have to drag an entire harness with me. I can take one cable, I can have 12 sounds inside of this one pad. So I can have cowbells, tambourines, voices. Another thing, we have a sample input. I can put my own samples in here. So I can be bringing special effects, voices, thunder, claps, really good hand claps. If I'm going to do a church thing and I want people to stop clapping on 1 and 3, I can have a hand clap and I can, make them stop. Okay, listen, okay, this is what you're going to do. So I can do lots of fun stuff with this with my acoustic kit and not just my electronic kit. So when you're investing in something like this, it's not a one-trick pony. It's a whole herd of wild horses. And you just get them into the corral and use them the way you want. So
and I have to say, like I said before, Yamaha supports the customer, they support us as a retailer. I mean, there are so many options on here regarding, honestly, I'm a little blown away right now with all of the stuff that this thing can do. So
it's pretty amazing. And I'm going to say, Yamaha is a pretty amazing company. I've been here a long time, and my first exposure to Yamaha actually began with motorcycles. When I was in the Navy, I rode Yamaha motorcycles. I rode a Yamaha motorcycle from San Francisco to Annapolis, Maryland back in 1979 when I was in the Navy. But then I saw my very first Yamaha drum set in a music store in Oakland. And I looked at it like the inside looked better than the outside of everything else. And I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. These guys are probably going to go somewhere. I didn't know that, years ago, I'd end up working for it. But, it's been an amazing ride, and
quality and innovation, honestly.
Exactly,
All right.
And we're a musical instrument company. That's why everything Yamaha makes has tuning for phone. As you know, we began as a musical instrument company, and all the other stuff came later. So we love it. Awesome.
Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Sure.
All right, guys, I'll be coming at you all day today. Dude, this is killer. Anyway, that's the only thing I can say about it. Thanks so much, guys. You have an awesome day. Subscribe, and you'll see my face a lot more. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Just dawned on me, I forgot to